Somali's stupidity agency has had a huge leak on Discord, and we now have some information which shows us a campaign of harassment, witness intimidation, impersonation, and all sorts of really bad behavior, which is going to hurt his case in court. Of course, this is a legal mindset where we teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney dedicated to stopping nuisance streaming and to pursuing the maximum penalty for Ramzi Khalid Ismail, aka Johnny Somali. So in today's case, we're actually going to be looking at a lot of stuff from Johnny Somali's Discord. I've got some comments right here from the general chat. Now, as a preface, this is all from his Discord community. Now, other than this first page, which is a general chat comment, almost everything we're going to talk about is from a private group. Another thing to note is there are several accounts impersonating me. Now, this one that I'm going to call fake, i.e. the fake legal mindset account, is actually not Johnny Somali, but one of his underlings. That's kind of clear from the language referring to him as the boss and seeking his opinion and approval and kind of being his top sycophant, his top simp. But Johnny himself has several fake legal mindset accounts, which he uses on a regular basis, which just shows you that I am living rent-free in his head, and I am enemy number one for them, which is really one of the things, in addition, that's exposed here in these leaks from his Discord, which once again, he thought was fully secure, but we have access to every single inch and corner of his private conversations. Let's look over here. This is from the general chat. So this is just some language first here, talking about Fabarius and how they're talking to Bong Bong's friend and how information is getting out. But what happened in the general chat was, any talk about Bong Bong got deleted, and also any talk about the case got deleted. So what they ended up doing was having a private group of what they were trying to call the Somali Intelligence Agency, but what I like to call the Somali Stupidity Agency. This was an area and where people wanted to try to gather information on Bong Bong, information on me, and try to produce documents that were intimidating, try to produce legal documents, try to turn things over to Johnny's lawyer. They thought they could come up with legal defenses, despite none of them being Korean, much less lawyers. They thought they could advise Johnny on his case. This is the blind and stupid leading the blind and stupid. It is absolutely moronic, and we have all of the proof of that today, which was leaked to us in this really bombshell Discord release. So you can see here that they're clearly working for Somali, that all these people were his agents. They were supposedly trusted, although Somali says, this is Johnny Somali on his account. He calls himself Somali Diddy. He also has another one, Somali Epstein, saying, don't trust anyone, keep everything in here, log it all. The irony is, by logging it all, it was all turned over to us. It was all revealed to you guys here today. So just to be in general, most of the stuff that was going on in this private chat, first of all, it begins with huge doxing attempts on me and my family, trying to attack me personally. Once again, I've said before, I don't really pay too much attention to that stuff. There's nothing they can do that can absolutely affect me. And absolutely, I will never stop covering this case, no matter how hard they try to attack me or create lies or defamation, etc. I am just going to continue pursuing these guys into the dirt. And we do still predict that Johnny will be convicted on all counts. And our coverage, the Somali conviction team, and what we are doing is all legal. It's all allowed, and it's all covered under Korean law. Also, one big thing they mentioned in this private group is I often make updates and corrections with new information. Whenever I do that, they call it lies and misinformation. But what I call that is having integrity. When you find out new information and that changes your analysis, you update everybody on that. The difference between myself and Johnny Somali is Johnny Somali keeps maintaining the same statements and lines even when the facts have changed under him. Even when everything is clearly not true. Stuff like, oh yeah, you've got a new charge. Somali will say, no, there's no new charge. Legal mindset doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, now, 7 new charges later, what does he got to say? Not much, because I've been proven right every single step of the way on everything involving his legal process. So It's just something where these guys are really incredibly misguided. So here we go. The first thing we have is witness intimidation. So we have several attempts to intimidate witnesses, most of which is Bong Bong. The key witness, which is going against her, Bong Bong is a female who had a deepfake made of her with Johnny Somali, where Johnny Somali asserts that he is Bong Bong's girlfriend. So you can see here, they're trying to threaten her. They're trying to threaten her and trying to say, oh, all of that can be stopped easily if she stops everything and just says, I don't want to be part of any Somali drama. I'm done. Leave me alone. Goodbye. See, they're trying to dox her and her family. They're trying to attack her. They're trying to make threats of violence against her and her family. And they're trying to say, hey, if you just don't testify, then we're going to leave you alone. That is classic witness intimidation, and this is incredibly aggravating in the eyes of Korea. Next is collecting evidence. So they're trying to collect evidence for Johnny's lawyer, whatever that means, but mainly what they're trying to do and what they think they can submit to court is evidence to shame her and make her look like a bozo, essentially to shame her for her sexuality, shame her for being a woman, and they think that's actually going to work. They think that's actually going to be an effective tactic. Of course, it is not. And that is not going to go well. And you can see here, this is from a show, you see this highlight here. We gotta keep harassing her. The language is harass. So what they are trying to do is to spin facts with lies to misportray her personal life interactions with Johnny in order to prevent her from testifying, or if she does testify, sexually shame her and betray her as a bozo. So they're trying to make her look bad. They're trying to sex shame her and make her look horrible. And that is not going to look well in the eyes of the prosecution and the judge when they're trying to intimidate a female witness who is literally on here and bringing a sex claim. And in fact, very much proves that Johnny needs to be punished severely for this because he is trying to sexually shame her. They're also trying to start a narrative that she is a vexatious litigant, which means they call it a suing streamer. So someone who sues everybody. But the irony of this is, this accusation isn't true of Bong Bong, it's true of Hank. It's true of the top ally of Johnny Somali, his roommate, his buddy, his possible lover, Han Jong-yu, that is here suing everybody, literally trying to sue everybody. In fact, Johnny, we're going to see himself, Ramzi Khalid Ismail, is trying to sue me. He's obsessed with trying to find any way to sue me at all possible. We're going to see that later on because I, of course, live rent-free in his head. They call her a B word here. You can see you're nothing but a jealous bee. They're trying to, intimidate her. They're trying to say the judge is going to laugh at you. They're trying to slut shame her. What's the judge and mommy going to say when they see what you do for a living? And they're also trying to say, oh yeah, you're not even attractive. I wouldn't even bork her. That says a lot. So look, they're trying to do that here. They're also trying to say that Johnny and her had sex, which in addition to saying that in lying about their relationship, because Johnny, of course, lied that he was in a relationship with Bong Bong. Now he's trying to lie and say they had sex. And of course, once again, you see here that they're afraid of me. The LMMFs will send them all types of shit to forward. They're trying to hide this stuff from me because they know I'm going to turn it over to police and the prosecution. And they're trying to look for evidence of her saying that they had sex, which of course doesn't exist. Also here you see they're afraid of me turning this stuff into a presentation. You see my presentation there at the bottom. Once again, I live completely rent-free in their heads. Also, They don't know anything about the Korean system. See, here they say, I heard they don't do cross-examination like in the US. That's absolutely wrong. They absolutely do cross-examination, and the cross-examination will be withering. It will be a strong cross-examination that I very much look forward to. These guys are trying to get answers from Google or Grok as to the legal system in Korea, and it's just silly. For example, here they say, in a video that they posted. So they saw this video or had somebody talking about how if a witness doesn't show up, the case is dropped. that is actually ridiculous because, in fact, when I was there, we had a case that was postponed an entire year. And I watched this case play out where there was a witness that hadn't showed up for a year and they kept postponing the trial date. So all that's going to happen if the witness doesn't show up is Johnny's going to have to stay there for longer. And Johnny's case and procedure is going to take longer. The only person who would suffer would be Johnny. And by the way, they have enough proof to prove Johnny guilty regardless of whether the witness shows up. But by the way, I personally have spoken directly to Bong Bong. Yes, after they created all these fake legal mindset accounts to try to confuse Bong Bong, confuse her server, I spoke to her personally. We had a good conversation. She will be showing up. She will be there. So all of this intimidation, all these things are not going to stop Bong Bong from being there. But it just shows how far these people are willing to go to try to shame her. So once again, here you can see they are going and trying to compile evidence to help Somali. Once again, he's on his Somali Epstein account. He also has Somali Diddy. That's another one. These guys are trying to lawyer this, yet none of them are Korean. None of them are lawyers. And they don't even understand what the defenses are to this. They're trying to say, oh, well, it's a defense because she posted it in her Discord. No, it's not. Not at all. It doesn't matter who else posted it or showed it. You showed it. That's what makes you guilty there, my friend. You showed it and commercialized it. That makes you guilty. Even if they did it, you can't do the na. They point the finger and say they did it too. The speeding allegation, oh, I'm speeding, I get a ticket in my car. What about the guy who was doing more miles an hour than me? What about the other people that are speeding? That still doesn't get you out of the ticket. That still doesn't get you off. So that defense, I've already debunked that a lot. But that doesn't work. Another thing we have here is literally Johnny Somali himself, Somali Epstein, saying, I am guilty, find me. So he actually is doing two things. Number one, he is confessing to guilt. So we can use this and show, hey, he's confessing to guilt. He's guilty. He thinks he's just going to get a fine. He thinks the Korean justice system is a joke. Well, hey, let's prove it's not a joke. Let's show this to the judge. Let's show this to the prosecutor and make sure they understand that he wants a fine. So let's not give him a fine. Let's give him jail time on everything. Let's make sure everything is aggravated because they all think this is going to be fines. Johnny thinks it's going to be a fine. His fans think it's going to be a fine. Let's show him it's real jail time. So here they go. They're shit-talking Korea. They're shit-talking the process. And they're trying to say, hey, nothing's going to happen. Well, no, indeed, things are going to be happening in this. Also, they have this weird defense they come up with on this page and the next here, where they try to say that they didn't shut down the ride at Lotte World for 30 minutes and therefore they're innocent. Unfortunately for Johnny Somali, that's not how obstruction of business works. So Johnny Somali is charged with obstruction of business at Lotte World for shutting down a ride. Now, this ride was shut down for a significant amount of time. I'm not sure whether it was 30 minutes or not, but that's not relevant. The law doesn't read 30 minutes. The law reads, if you disrupt the normal operations of a company, you are liable for obstruction of business. So Johnny Somali indeed did disrupt the normal operations because the ride was not supposed to stop. And he did the same thing on the bus, where he stopped the bus from moving for a very short period of time, but that's enough because just messing up one bus messes up the entire system, the entire timetable. It makes people late. That is a disruption of normal operations. So he already pled guilty to the fact that even 30 seconds or a minute of disruption of a business is guilty for obstruction of business. And so him trying to plead not guilty in the Lotte World case because the ride wasn't shut down for long enough literally goes in the face of his own pleading guilty for the bus, which he's already done and he can't take back. He's already pled guilty to delaying operations of a bus and that being culpable, right? And now he's trying to say, oh, it's different because it's a amusement park ride. No, it's not. It's still obstruction. He's going to be fully guilty on this count and once again probably get prison time for that. Also, he's trying to cover up the Bong Bong harassment. And why is he trying to cover it up? He's trying to hide it from Legal Mindset, from me. You can see here, don't post in the general chat. I'm telling you, Legal Mindset is watching always. And Johnny Somali, Ramsey Khalid Ismail, confirms, he says, yeah, that's why I don't talk in there. So he's confirming that he is not talking because he is afraid of me. He's afraid of me big time when it comes to being exposed, when it comes to having potential issues. He is very, very afraid of things being exposed. We'll put it that way. All right, let me make sure I'm sharing this again. All right, there we go. Okay, so that's where we're at here with this side. Also, sorry if there's any lag here, guys. I am on my travel setup, so I'm trying to get this fast facts out to you as fast as possible. Okay, here we go. So see here, they're deleting stuff off the general chat because Andrew is going to do a stream. So they're afraid of me. They're trying to hide stuff from me. Once again, really crazy stuff. Also, harassment and Bongbong server. So they were going into Bongbong server with fake Legal Mindset profiles, pretending to be me, pretending to, harass her, and sending information in there, trying to spam in there in her chat, trying to, sex shame her. They've been doing that for quite a while. And it's been pretty consistent. So they've been violating Discord's terms of service by engaging in targeted harassment campaigns. They also have been trying to feed misinformation to me. I've talked about this over the past couple weeks. They've been trying to send emails to me, and they've been trying to, kind of catfish me with information because they think that I am going to publish something that has not been vetted. But the truth is that I would never put out information that I've not talked to people about or made an attempt to verify. I'm not just going to open some random email and trust it immediately. That's dumb. I would not do that. So they're trying to do that. They're also trying to intimidate me and scare me and say they're going to have people come to get me in Thailand and they think I'm going to bug out and do weird shit. Yeah, no, I'm not afraid of them. I'm not afraid of little 5'2" Ramsey who's about the size of a girl and he can't even leave Korea. I'm not afraid of his basement dwelling, 3 simps. Clearly, there's only like 2 or 3 people that are helping him here, which is kind of sad. I'm not afraid of any of these guys. They're in their grandmother's basement, probably looking worse than Hank and Somali combined. So yeah, I'm not intimidated by any of these guys, and they're not going to intimidate me in any way. They're also impersonating me. That's something they've been doing. They admit that they're having people go in acting like Legal Mindset, and they were only exposed. They were exposed almost immediately because she said, "Wait, prove that you're him," and they couldn't do it. So they're pretty dumb about that. They also are brigading my videos. They're going to report my videos for misinformation. They're using VPNs or using separate accounts to try to report me. And they're trying to come after me. Also, they admit that almost everybody in Johnny Somali's Discord is a lurker, spy, a Japanese person or Korean, which is hilarious. It means Johnny has no real fans. They're also trying to collect evidence of defamation against me. First of all, my reporting is public interest reporting, which is protected under Korean law. I'll show you that, guys, that law in a second. Also, you can only sue for defamation if you have a reputation to protect, but Johnny Somali has no reputation to protect. His reputation is zero. It is horse trash. Therefore, there is nothing for him to actually protect because it's in the gutter, and that is completely his fault. They've been, you can see here, they're trying to collect more defamation. You can see here the Korean law for justification, which allows true facts that are solely for public interest to be justified, so it's not defamation. I've talked to several lawyers, real lawyers, and they have all said, yep, this is clearly public interest. You're protected, so there's no defamation there. They're also trying to say that I doxed the lawyer by saying his name. This is kind of hilarious because they're trying to say I exposed his personal information. Well, guess what? Your name is not personal information. Personal information are things like your home address or your personal phone number, not your work phone number, your personal phone number. If you market yourself as a lawyer, your full name, and you put your name out there publicly, which this guy does. He does put himself out there publicly. He puts his name on his firm website. He's gone into court and publicly said his name. He's filed his name publicly with the court. His name is not private information. So them trying to attack me and sue me on that, it does nothing. It's not a claim at all. It's absolutely ridiculous. right here is very funny. They actually said, oh, there's not going to be a charge for obstruction from Lotte World. This is right before I revealed there was going to be this is right after I revealed there was going to be a charge coming from Lotte World. And they said, no way, it's not going to happen. This guy's dumb. He's not 3 steps ahead. Well, guess what? I was 100% right. I was 100% proven right about the charges from Lotte World. We have a proof here that Johnny was mad, right? And all he was trying to say here, he was trying to say, hey, don't show them you're mad, Johnny. Well, guess what? We know, we all now know, all hundreds of thousands, millions of us are going to know that Johnny Somali was big mad, and that we are going to talk about that and expose that and have lots of fun doing it. Much more fun than Johnny is having in Hank's apartment. And last but not least, we got here the message, now I can say we're all trusted. So literally this is the biggest irony, because somebody from this chat leaked everything to me. And you see right here, good work, FLM, thank you so much. So once again, I live rent-free in Johnny Somali's head as the #1 opposition. Couldn't love it more. And if you guys love this video, make sure to smash the like button, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Are you guys enjoying the stream today?